Book of Heaven, Volume 26, April 16, 1929. For one who lives in the Fiat, there is an exchange of life between the Fiat and the soul. Doubled love. The privations of my sweet Jesus become longer, and I do nothing but long and moan for his return. And as much as I live all abandoned in the divine Fiat, his privations are wounds so deep and bitter that more than a wounded deer, I send my cries of sorrow, such that, if I could, I would deafen heaven and earth, and would move everything to cry because of a pain so excruciating and a privation so great, which makes me feel the weight of an infinite pain and of a wound always open, except for those few moments in which he speaks to me about his divine volition. Then it seems to me that it closes, but only to reopen with a pain yet more bitter. And so I am forced in my writings to inscribe my sorrowful note of my little soul, which more than a wounded deer sends my cries of sorrow to wound that Jesus who wounds me, who knows wounded, he might come back and give respite to my sorrowful note. So while I was feeling immersed in the pain of his privation and all abandoned in his will, he moved in my interior and told me,
"Courage, O daughter, do not abandon yourself within your sorrow, but ascend higher. You know that you have a task to fulfill, and this task is so great that not even the pain of my privation must stop you. On the contrary, it must serve you to ascend higher in the light of my divine will. Your encounter with it must be continuous, because it is an exchange of life that you must have. It must give itself continuously to you and you to it. And you know that the motion, the heartbeat, the breathing must be continuous. Otherwise, life cannot exist, and you would cause your life to be missing in my Fiat, and it would feel the sorrow that its little daughter, its dear newborn, would cause her motion, her heartbeat, her breathing to be missing in it. It would feel the tearing of its newborn, whom it keeps always in the act of being born, without putting her out of its womb, not even to let her take one step, so as to feel her life as its own life. And you would feel the life of its continuous motion, of its heartbeat, of its breathing, missing in you. You would feel the void of a divine will in your soul. No, no, my daughter, I do not want any void of my will in you. Now you must know that all the manifestations about my divine Fiat which I make to you are like many stairs through which my will descends into the soul, to take possession of her, to form its kingdom, while the soul ascends toward heaven, to transport my will from heaven to earth. Therefore it is a great task, and it is unbefitting to lose time, whatever the reason, be it even holy. And you see how I myself eclipse myself within my divine will so as to give the whole place to it. And if I make my little escapes in coming, it is only in order to deal with, to reorder, and to make you know what belongs to my divine will. Therefore be attentive, and let your flight in it be continuous."
After this, I continued to feel oppressed because of the privations of Jesus, and I was thinking to myself, how his love for me has died down compared to the love he had for me before. It seems to me that only the shadows of the love of Jesus are left to me. But while I was thinking about this, he moved in my interior and told me,
"My daughter, each act done in my divine will doubles my love toward you. Therefore, after so many acts that you have done in it, I can say that my love has grown so much that I have to expand your capacity so as to allow you to receive my growing love which arises in me in each act you do in my divine will. Therefore, my love is more intense and increased 100-fold compared to that of before. So, you can be sure that my love will never be lacking to you. Never.